So welcome, I welcome you wherever you are with a warm smile and heart. And our theme for today and this week, this short week, is grounding. I feel that in all this time of change that we're going through and all this flux, there's a constant need to ground yourself, to recheck. Each week you hear something new, regulations change, you're allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, you go back a level in lockdown, so on, so on. So many things changing in our lives. And there's that constant need to ground, to find ways, whether it's through our yoga practice or everyday life, to feel the earth, to feel that experience of being in place and feeling stable and safe, and that everything is as it should be, and that you are safe and in this time of flux. And so we'll do a flow that focuses on the Muladhara chakra, which is the base of the spine, and that helps the downward flow of energy and helps us to connect with earth and feel grounded. So let's begin sitting in the Sukhasana seat, nice and comfortably. And we can place our hands on our knees, palms facing down or up, it doesn't matter. Just take a moment to lift through the spine comfortably without straining. Maybe lengthen the back of the neck, let the shoulders soften and fall back and down. Making a bit of space between shoulders and ears. And I invite you to gently close your eyes. And as you do that, switch awareness inside. Switch to focus on the internal sensations. And let the distractions of the world around you, the changing world around you, fade. Focus instead on the sensations, the changing sensations within you. And I invite you to turn the gaze down to the bottom of the spine, to the base of the body. And with intention and focus placed here, to feel the seat of the body and feel the contact between bum and hips and earth. Perhaps it's in cushion and mat and floor and eventually earth. Wherever you are, how you are seated, where you are seated, to feel that contact. And imagine as though your brain and your awareness could literally sink down into the belly and the base of the body. This feeling of sinking downwards. So not just to look or gaze or observe that place of the body, but as though you could actually place awareness there physically. Locate energy there. Allow yourself to sink down into the seat of the body. And with that, feel that the sensations, perhaps sensations of strain or fatigue or tension that you might have had around the face or the temples, around the head, allow that and feel that that it seeps away, that it becomes, that it softens, that it lessens as you let the tension sink to the base of the body. And I invite you to focus on your breath now, observing the flow of your breath. Let that always be our anchor as we traverse through our practice, through our meditation, and indeed through our daily lives. Let that further calm your mind and bring you to the present moment. That attention on breath, with this feeling of being grounded physically, this feeling of contact with earth and the seat of the body. And I invite you now, having focused on the flow of breath in the nostrils, to turn this awareness, just let this awareness sink down to the heart, as though you were breathing through gills in your chest, breathing into the heart space. And with this awareness of breath to heart, just become aware of all that you feel in this moment is known, controllable, and unknown, beyond your control, happening beyond your will, happening to you, being forced upon you. You don't have to make an inventory in your mind, a sense of awareness, what is known, controllable within your space, within your willpower, and what is unknown. And I invite you to, with this full awareness of a gap between the two, to settle into that gap, into that feeling of being okay with both elements in life. This time of lots of unknown, lots of change. With breath to heart, in contact with earth, let us recognize the unknown. And let us recognize the fruitful potential in this gap, in this unknown. I invite you to listen to the silence and yet also the opportunity that lies within the gap of the unknown. Recognize the opportunity, the fruitful opportunity of this time in change, of change. And let this awareness of opportunity be close to your heart. Let us find hope in that. And now returning mind to breath, let us take a few deep yogic breaths and let us use this deep full breathing to connect our heart space with the seat of the body. So let us breathe in to the seat of the body, right down to the base of the belly, and let us fill up the torso and let the breath connect between this heart space and the earth, grounding Muladhara chakra. And you'll flow in your own time through these cycles of inhalation and exhalation through the full yogic breath, the full inhalation and exhalation. In a cycle connecting our seat, connection to the earth, and our heart space, our knowing and unknowing, and our awareness of the opportunity within, that lies within. Just a few full rhythmical breaths here. Flowing through 3 more cycles, perhaps in your own time. If it's in your practice to bring a bit of a ujjayi, a bit of sound to the exhalation through a constriction in the back of the throat, then I invite you to activate that now. Last full cycle of breath here together. And then on the inhalation, gently fluttering your eyes open and leaning forward just enough to move that cushion out the way, if you had it behind you, and place it in front of you as you bring the soles of the feet together and place the cushion on top of what is a very loose konasana arrangement in the legs. And then let's exhale with a soft spine and lean over the legs. And just softening into this cushion as restorative pose to begin our flow. And let's push the bum back and behind as you lengthen through the spine. And let the face be soft, let the jaw be soft. And look down to your cushion or to your feet, but still reach through the top of the head. So it's this lovely balance between allowing the body to be soft and the spine to feel natural, but still feeling the activation through breath and an activation through a slight lengthening from base of the spine through the top of the head. Keep the breathing nice and full and cyclical. Imagine the flow of breath becoming a rhythm in your body, a rhythm that will become the basis of your practice. A lovely beat to bring life to the body and ground your practice. Let's flow through another 3 cycles of breath here. Keeping all energy and attention on that breath. Letting the troubles or distractions fade away. On your next inhalation, sitting up, moving the cushion out the way and sliding your feet in towards your hips. You can interlock your fingers around the toes and now lengthen through the spine and feel the stretch over the top of the shoulders and through the arms as you press the hips and bum into the floor. And you can draw your knees down towards the mat as well to activate the inner line of your thighs, the adductors. And press your solar plexus forward as you do this. Make sure you aren't kind of falling or leaning backwards. Really press the chest forward. Last full breath here. Exhale to release the hands. Keep the feet where they are. Press your hands in kind of like spider fingers behind you. And inhale to lift your hips up. Exhale to open the chest. Let the belly be soft here. And let the head fall back and down. Taking around 5 full breaths. I'll do it to the side. As you open up the back here. So nice natural feeling. Maybe a awakening press on the outer blade of the feet and toes as you hold the pose. Last full breath here. Exhale, bringing the hips down, keeping the hands behind you, but planting the palms into the floor for support. Let's windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Maybe as you bring your knees to one side, lift the opposing side of the hip up towards the ceiling and press the earth-facing side of the hip into the floor. So make it a nice active press. You'll be going with your own breath at your own rhythm. Maybe doing 2 more presses on each side. Returning to center, and then exhale to the side that you did the time before last, and then sweep your chest around to look away from your knees. Come onto your elbows as you look away from the front of the mat. If you're still on your hands, it's too hard to come on your elbows, that's fine. And lengthen through the back of the neck. And now really activate the counter resistance through the hips as you press the hips away from the shoulders and the head. And start to activate your mulaband here as you draw the pelvic floor up and under, sucking the belly button in, and really making the seat of the body active. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, let's go to the other side with that kind of half reclining twist, coming onto the elbows if you can, or otherwise on the hands. And then let's activate the mulaband. Drawing belly button up and in, squeezing between the thighs, holding that energy up and in the very base of the body. And at the same time, counter resisting the energy through the base of the body and through the hips, away from your head and your shoulders. Exhale, inhale to come up, looking forwards again, and let's press the hips up and come forward into the Malasana, the yogi squat. So if you need to place blocks or books or cushions behind your heels, do so now. Otherwise, if your feet are flat to the floor, you're comfortable, just come into a Malasana. So we're not super warm yet, we're just beginning. So let's make the spine really soft. Make yourself into like a little seed or pod as you let the jaw and the chin draw down towards your chest and down towards the floor. And then try to sweep your hands backwards, palms facing upwards. If they don't get there, they're still kind of in front of you, that's fine. But this is sort of the
shape and motion you want to achieve, and feel a lovely awakening stretch over the top of the shoulders and upper back through this. Let the neck be soft. Maybe you want to make slight swaying movement from side to side, forward and backwards. Making yourself into a little pod, another 2 full breaths here. Inhale to lift your head up and sweep those hands forward, and then bring them behind you again, just enough to kind of come on your, sit on the bum, but feet still hip width apart, ready to go in the malasana. Let's put the left hand behind us and the right hand forward between your knees. We've done this once before in our Zoom classes so far during this pandemic. So the way this works is to inhale and bring your knees to the floor in front of you, and then exhale to return here. So I'm going to move a little back so I don't go off my mat. So inhale, forwards, exhale and back. Let's do that another 2 times. Inhale, forwards, exhale and back, and inhale and forwards, exhale and back. Swap to the other side, right hand back, left hand forwards. Inhale, forwards, exhale back. Inhale, forwards, exhale and back. We did it 4 times on that side. Inhale, forwards, exhale and back. And this will be the last one. Inhale, forwards, exhale and back. Let's return to the left hand behind, right hand forward. So we're going to add on 1 dimension to it. So we're going to begin with what we know. Inhale, forwards, exhale and back. And the second iteration will be an inhale and up, engaging the glutes and pressing your hips up towards the ceiling. Soften your chest and heart, open the chest. Exhale and down. So let's do another 2 of those. Inhale and forwards, exhale and back. Inhale and up, kind of like a wild thing or half upward bow. Exhale down. This will be the last one on this side. Inhale forwards, exhale, inhale up, and exhale. Let's do the right side. Left hand between the legs. Inhale and forwards, exhale back, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale forwards, exhale, inhale up, exhale. Last one, inhale forwards, exhale, inhale up, and exhale. And then start to keep the feet where they are, and you can just bring the hands forward enough to place your hands on the mat, shoulder width apart, spread the fingers, and step back into your first down dog. So I invite you to apply kind of a bowspring, what's called a bowspring alignment here, which is to keep the knees bent and to engage through the mula bandha, to really elevate the hips up towards the ceiling, and feel that you don't focus too much on bringing heels to the floor or straight knees. You focus more on your spinal alignment and don't put any pressure on the lower back as you keep the knees bent. This is also more kind of earthy and activating for the Muladhara chakra, and that's why we're doing it. So push the floor away, feel a lengthening and lightening through the spine, and then really elevate the hips up towards the ceiling. Take another few breaths here, maybe 3 full cycles of breath here. If you want to pedal your feet and bend and straighten alternately, of course do so. It doesn't have to be rigidly adhered to. And then keeping this kind of slightly bent feeling in the knees, on your next inhalation, I invite you to spring forwards into your plank. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and back, bending in through the knees, elevating through the hips. Exhale. Inhale, let's spring forward to the plank. Exhale. Another full breath here, inhale, and exhale. Inhale back. Let's bend into those knees. Press the hips up. Exhale. Inhale forwards into plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's go back and bend into the knees. Press the hips up. Exhale. Inhale, let's come forwards. And as we exhale, we'll move the heels to the right side and inhale to bring that left hand up. Let's rotate the arm in a nice circle, left arm in a nice circular motion through a few breaths. Maybe softening into the neck, even stretching and moving the neck a little bit if that feels good. And then exhale, let's bring the left hand down, back to plank, and then press back into your modified down dog. Exhale. Inhale forwards. Exhale. Inhale, heels to the left. Exhale, right arm up. And let's flow through another, it was 2 or 3 breaths on this side, rotating into that arm. The right arm. Exhale, planting your right hand, coming back into plank. And inhale back into down dog. Bend your knees, look forwards towards your hands, and either stepping or jumping, bring your feet on the outside with a nice wide stance at the front of the mat. And then sit back onto your bum. And bringing the hands forward into Malasana again, maybe feeling a little bit more open now than in our first iteration. Let's reach up towards the ceiling and lengthen through the spine. Push the bum back down into the floor. Let's exhale to lower hands to the earth and then lift the bum up on the inhalation. Keep the feet hip-width apart. Let's keep the hands soft. Let's keep the head soft and sway from side to side and ragdoll. Bring the body to stillness, and let's inhale to roll up vertebra by vertebra, taking your time, standing up, eventually bringing the head up at the front of the mat. So you want to activate the Muladhara Chakra. Let's flow through kind of like, it's almost like a moon flow, and it's a variation on something Shiva Ray used to teach back in the early 2000s. So let's bring the hands in the small of the back and really get earthy, get low, bend the knees, and allow for that Muladhara Chakra in the base of the spine and the tailbone to press out and down in towards the floor. Hands are in the small of the back with the fingers pointing up towards the ceiling, heel of the hand down towards the bum. Draw the elbows in towards each other behind the spine, and then open the chest up towards the ceiling, and in front of you, soften the neck. So this is kind of like our neutral standing pose. So it's really activating the Muladhara Chakra. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale to sweep the hands down and lower towards the floor. Micro bend in the knees. That's the exhalation. Inhale to look up and forward, straight back, straight knees now, hands under the shoulders. And then on your next exhalation, let's step back with the right foot and come into a kind of mid-lunge. Press the right hand into the floor and inhale to lift up with the left arm. Easy revolved lunge. Soften into the neck. Open the chest up towards the ceiling. Deep full breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhalation, sweep that left hand forward and then sweep your way to the back of the mat and then forward again. Let's do about 3 rotations here, back and forwards. Neck is soft, knees are bent. Eventually finding our way to face the back of the mat and bring your left knee to the floor. Release the left toes. And coming into the Anjaneyasana, inhale to lift your arms up. Exhale to soften the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open the arms out. Sweep them forwards to place them on either side of that front foot, which is your right foot. And then step back into your plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor only, and then soften your chest into the Anahatasana, the heart opening pose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forwards. Press your elbows into the floor and flatten the body, coming into the Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, hands in line with shoulders and elbows. Press hips into the floor. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale. Engage your glutes. Inhale and exhale. Soften the body to the floor. Place your hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Inhale. On the exhalation, push the earth away and come up into your down dog. This time, straightening the knee if that suits you. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift up your right leg. Kick it back and behind you. Three-legged dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bending that knee, hugging it in towards your heart, moving like water. Bring the right foot forward between your hands silently. And then exhale, open up your right arm up towards the ceiling, coming into that revolved side angle at the back of the mat. Opening the right arm up to the ceiling. Another breath here, inhale. On the exhalation, sweep the right arm forward and close the body to come into that kind of swaying high skandasana from side to side. Neck is soft, arms are soft. Let the breath move you and eventually find your way to face the front once again in this kind of mid-lunge. Exhale. Inhale, step forwards, feet about hip width or just under apart. Soften the hips, bend the knee, and then inhale to roll up, vertebra by vertebra, rounding in the spine. And exhale, let's find that Muladhara activating stance, hands on the base of the body. Let's do another round. Inhale and exhale, melt down. Inhale, straight back, straight knees, straight arms. And then exhale, step back with the left leg. Inhale, lifting up the right arm, opening out into your easy revolve side angle. Exhale, closing the right arm and sweeping from side to side. Finding a way to face the back of the mat on the next inhalation, and then softening your right knee and your right foot to the floor. Exhale. Inhale to lift up into Anjanasana. Exhale. Engage the right glute and get earthy. Trust your hips as you slide forwards. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale, opening the arms out. Hands on either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes under. Step back into plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor. And then soften into the Anahatasana, heart melting pose. One breath here, inhale. And exhale. Sliding to flatten the body, coming into Sphinx. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let the heart melt to the floor, hands under the shoulders. Inhale. On your exhalation, push the earth away and find your way into the down dog. Full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lift up your left leg, three-legged dog, pressing into the ball of the left foot, maybe closing the left hip slightly to find the hips are a bit more perpendicular to the floor. On your next inhalation, drawing the left knee in towards your heart and moving like water, bring it soundlessly between your hands. Press your right hand into the floor. Exhale, open out your left arm, easy revolved side angle. Inhale, and then exhale to close your body towards the side of the mat. Sweep from side to side. In your way. And with your next inhalation, finding your way to face the front of the mat and that kind of mid-lunge. Exhale. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, melt in. Maybe micro bend in the back of the knees. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, hands in the base of the spine. Elbows back towards each other, knees are bent. Inhale. One more time on each side. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, straight, back straight, knees straight, arms. And exhale, step back with the right foot. Inhale, lift up with the left arm. Easy revolve side angle, but this time open out fully and soften the right side of the leg and hip to the floor. And then inhale and draw that left arm forward onto the left foot. We'll do that a second time. Exhale. And inhale. On the exhalation, continue the trajectory of energy and sweep from side to side. Maybe getting a little lower to the earth, a little more deeply and fully into the hips. On your next inhalation, sweeping to face the back of the mat. Soften into the left knee and left foot. And inhale to lift up into the Anjaneyasana. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe going more deeply into the back bend. Last breath, inhale. And then exhale, open your arms out. Place your hands on either side of the right foot. Step back on the inhalation into your plank. And then exhale, bend the knees. Heart opening pose, Anahatasana. One breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slide forwards to bring your body on the mat, but this time open the arms out, hands on either side of the mat. Soften your neck, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, softening down, so elbows and hands are wide. Another 2 times, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And this time, inhale to come up and hold, placing your palms flat on the floor and holding in the seal, back bend. So engage your glutes, press the tops of the feet in towards the floor. Feet are about hip width apart, but hands are wide as the mat. Elbows just a micro bend. So don't hang on the joints of the elbows and shoulders, micro bend, and really roll the shoulders back and down and in. Last breath here, inhale. And then exhale to soften. Hands under the shoulders, inhale, tuck the toes under, and exhale, push the floor away, down dog. Full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right foot up, back and behind, 3-legged dog. If it feels good for you on the exhalation, bring right heel, left bum cheek, just opening the hips out, particularly the right hip out nicely now. Draw your right knee up towards the ceiling. On your next inhalation, draw that right knee in towards your heart and transfer it forwards. Right foot between your hands. Inhale to lift up with the right hand. Exhale, easy revolve side angle. And then slide, inhale that hand forwards. And let's get earthy from side to side. Getting lower, maybe moving closer to the earth. And returning to the front of the mat. Exhale. Inhale, feet about hip width apart. Soften the knees, soften the head. And inhale to roll up. Exhale, hands in the small of the back, bend the knees. This will be our last iteration of this. Inhale. And exhale, melt forwards. Inhale, straight back, straight arms, straight legs. And exhale, step back with the left foot. Inhale, lift up with the right arm. And then exhale to soften the left hip to the floor. Melt, kind of like a half melting pose. And inhale forwards, hand to foot. Exhale, open to the side. This is our second time. Inhale forwards. And exhale, let's sweep our Skandasana. Now as low as you can go. And on your next inhalation, facing the back of the mat, right foot behind you, softening the right knee and the right foot. Inhale to lift up into Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Really trust the hips as you get earthy, get closer to the earth through the base of the spine and open the chest. Deeper back bend, last breath, inhale and exhale. Release the arms, sweep them forwards on either side of that left foot and then step back with the inhalation into plank. On the exhalation, bend the knees and come into your Anahatasana. Inhale, flatten the body and open your arms out nice and wide as your mat. And inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. 3 of these. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. This time as you inhale to lift up, place the palms firmly on the floor on either side of your mat. Micro bend in the elbows, engage the glutes. Reach through your toes, your tippy toes. Make the legs really active, as though you could elevate up and forwards into an upward dog at any moment. Exhale. Soften down to the mat. Place your hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, down dog. Full breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left leg comes up. 3-legged dog with a variation of bending the left knee, left heel to right bum cheek. That suits. Left knee really elevates up towards the ceiling and you are now fully opening the left hip to the side. Make sure there's still an even distribution of weight over your hands. On your next inhalation, let's draw the left knee in towards the heart and slowly transition forwards. Left foot between your hands. Inhale, that's an exhalation to now open up, left arm up. Easy revolved side angle. And then inhale to close that and come into our low Skandasana. Using your hands if you need to, of course, at any time. Keeping low, getting earthy, and then sweeping with the inhalation to face the front of the mat. Exhale. Inhale forwards. And exhale. Inhale to roll up. Vertebra by vertebra. Now standing up fully in the mountain pose, opening the arms out, palms facing forwards, just taking a moment to find your breath. Maybe close your eyes, feel the beating of the heart. 3 full breaths here in Tadasana. Sorry about any audio there. And let's, on our next exhalation, bring the feet together at the front of the mat, bend into the knees and soften the hips. Let's come into the chair pose, really pressing the weight back into the heels and then rotating pelvic floor up and under and making sure that you close in on the lower back. So round in, should I say, activate through the tailbone. So you aren't arching in the lower spine. And then inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe on the exhalation, getting a little lower. Try not to strain through the face. Slow through another 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On this inhalation, stay where you are, but start to lighten the right foot, and step back with the right foot, trying to keep your balance coming into the high lunge. Maybe interlock your fingers and have the forefingers just pointing up towards the ceiling. So you step back from chair pose to high lunge, activate through the right knee and the right heel, and keep a right angle through the front left leg. Exhale. Nice strong pose. Inhale and exhale. Close that back heel and bring the foot to a 45-degree angle and sweep the hands down as you bring the right arm up on the inside of the left leg, and then sweep the left arm around the right, coming into Garudasana arms. On your next inhalation, open up the heart towards the ceiling, and exhale. Sweep forward into a humble warrior with Garudasana arms. 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Make sure the back foot is still super active. Neck is soft. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift up. Nice, slow, steady movement. And then soften and straighten through that left knee as you swivel to face the side of the mat. I'm now facing away from the camera, but that's okay. Release the arms. Feet now, heels tucked in, toes tucked out. And on your next inhalation, reach the arms up and come into the goddess pose. Get earthy. And maybe sway from side to side. Try not to hold too much tension in the body. Let's use the arms with the breath. So inhale to lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last breath here. Inhale up. And exhale down. Sweeping the hands into the small of the back in the same movement we did at the front of the mat with our moon salutations. Bring the elbows together and now arch the spine to look up towards the ceiling. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, swivel from the hips, tilt from the hips, toes in, heels out, and soften your head, soften your back, forward fold with wide legs. You have 2 options. One is to bend the knees and reach the hands forward as far as you can. That would be a more soft or restorative version. Or you can have the legs nice and straight, tilting up through the hips, bringing the weight forward onto the very balls of the feet, and hold on to your ankles or your calves and come into more active stretch. Elbows out if you're stretching like this. Let the breath be free and full, and engage the patella, the kneecaps, draw them up towards your hips. Last full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift the chest up enough to bring your hands underneath the shoulders, and then exhale to sweep your hands to that back leg, which is the right leg, and bend into your left knee as you exhale to draw your torso into the right leg. So it's like a nice deep stretch into the groin and inner line of the right leg. Exhale. Inhale to lift up and straighten. Exhale to sweep your hands to the left leg, bending into the right knee, and drawing your torso in towards that left leg. So you're using almost like a lever to find a deeper stretch in the front leg. And then inhale to lift and straighten, swiveling to face the front of the mat, swiveling your feet to face the front of the mat, readying yourself for the high lunge as you bend into that left knee again, and inhale to lift the arms up once again. On the exhalation, you're going to bring your hands down in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Inhale. On the exhalation, you're going to come into a revolved side angle with the hands to heart. So bringing right elbow out on the outside of the left knee, and then finding traction with the resistance of right elbow to left knee. Really opening the chest and offering the chest to the left side, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Right glute fully engaged, energy drawing away and out of the right foot behind you. Draw belly button into spine. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale. On the next inhalation, keep your hands and your left leg where they are and step the right leg forward, coming into a revolved chair at the front of the mat. Look down at your knees and make sure that your right knee isn't poking forwards. Make sure you're pressing the knees together and then tilting the chest to the left side. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale. On the exhalation, come onto the balls of your feet and slowly, if you can, lower your bum towards your heels and come into the noose pose, the pasana. So your arms stay exactly where they are and the chest twisted to the side, but you're now on the front of the feet and it's a bit more of a balancing pose. Exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. Inhale to sit up nice and straight now, facing the front of the mat, hands to heart. Balancing again. All these are Muladhara Chakra activating poses. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale. At the bottom of that exhalation, let the bum fall back and then roll back to the back of the mat. And you can roll forwards and back about 3 times. And at the third iteration that you go backwards, maybe land in a plow. So keep yourself there as you reach the toes back and behind you. Maybe supporting your back, softening your jaw, and holding yourself up with the structure of the shoulders and the upper arms. Just around 5 breaths here. We've already gone through 2. Try and really soften the face, maybe even close your eyes. Soften the neck. Last full breath here in the plow. On your next inhalation, bringing your hands to the floor, palms facing down, and use the power of the inhalation to roll forwards and come back into a squat at the front of the mat. Exactly where we began the roll. Exhale. Inhale to lift the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale. And inhale, let's find our way back to chair to do the other side of the flow. So this is where we began. Maybe getting earthy, weight in the heels. Inhale, exhale. Last breath here, inhale, and exhale. On the inhalation, lifting up the left leg and stepping back as far as you can, then opening the chest to the front of your room and coming into the high lunge with the right leg forward. Interlock your fingers and press the forefinger up towards the ceiling. Make sure you aren't constricting your shoulders up around the ears, still making a little bit of spaciousness around the neck and shoulders. Back leg is super strong. Deep full breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale. On the exhalation, drawing your left heel down behind you and then lowering your arms, let your left arm be the leader and take your right arm to sweep around the left. Find your Garudasana arms. Inhale to lift the heart and exhale. Sweeping forwards into Humble Warrior with Garudasana arms, 3 breaths. Exhale, feel the sensation of grounding, of pressing into the earth and melting downwards. Last full breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift up. And with that, straighten the right leg, release the arms, draw the heels in, toes out. When you're ready on your next exhalation, settle in to your settle into your, just going to put the camera back on. Should be good. Settle into your goddess pose. This time we'll draw the arms up, deep inhalation. As you exhale, let's sweep the arms to the back of the mat and inhale forwards. 2 rotations each side. Imagine as though you have a ball between your hands. Inhale and up. Let's go in the other direction. So sweeping to the front of the mat first. Inhale and up. And exhale. Inhale and up. Come to stand, hooking the toes out. Toes in, heels out. Sweep the hands in the small of the back. Bend your knees. Arch the spine. Look up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's tilt from the hips and find our ways into the standing forward bend with wide legs. Same options. You can go for a soft variation, just melting forwards, bending the knees, or you can make it more active, tilting through the hips, weight in the balls of the feet. There is a third option this round, and that's to go into an inversion from here, if that's part of your practice, either a headstand or a tripod headstand. Either one is fine. And if you are choosing an inversion, once you're up there, let's count through five through full breaths. So wherever you are in this pose, 5 full breaths. We're now in our second iteration of that. Just connecting through the breath to the earth and to your body. Coming into the last cycle of breath. So if you're up in an inversion, now is the time to transition down. Inhale to bring your hands under your shoulders and lift the chest up enough to exhale, and then sweep over the left back leg, hugging chest into the left leg and bending into the right knee. Exhale. Another breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's get low, trying to bring the right elbow onto the mat. Inhale to lift up, sweep to the front, and exhale. Same thing, bending into the left knee now, trying to bring the left elbow to the floor. Last breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to transition to face the front of the mat, aligning the feet for your high lunge. And when you're ready, use the inhalation to lift up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Engage the left glute, get earthy. Find your mulaband. And when you're ready, exhale to bring your left elbow over the right knee, rotating to face the right side of your mat. Left back leg, super strong. Keep opening the torso and chest to the side. Keep offering yourself towards the side of the mat, and maybe looking up towards the ceiling, shifting the gaze. Last full breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your hands where they are and use the inhalation to step the left leg forward, finding your chair pose, revolved chair at the front of the mat, looking to the right. Look down at your knees. Make sure the left knee isn't popping forwards too much. Exhale, get earthy. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hips now into the noose pose, coming onto the balls of the feet and keeping that Anjali Mudra, keeping the twist in the chest to the right side. Another full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to face the front and exhale. Inhale. On your next exhalation, we're going to roll back, just one roll straight into plow. Bringing the legs overhead. You can two options, you can either stay in plow for 5 breaths, And if you want, bending your knees and bringing your hands together, bringing them onto your cheeks and your arms on the back of the knees. Or if you want to go into a shoulder stand, do so now for plow as well. So 2 options, indeed 3 actually, normal plow or with bent knees or shoulder stand. Now in our second breath there, exhale, softening the face, softening the jaw. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, wherever you are, coming to support the small of your back with your hands, whether you're in shoulder stand or plow, and slowly start to come out of the pose, vertebra by vertebra, bringing your spine to the floor. There's control over the legs, and then exhale, flattening the body. Inhale, bringing your feet together in the Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees out. And we're going to do a kind of variation on the fish from here. So you can take your hands, palms facing upwards, and just kind of hook them around the under part of the thighs, just for a little bit of leverage, and press your elbows close into the side body on either side, press them into the floor. And then start to draw the elbows and arms closer in towards the body. Start to dome up through the chest and start to press your bum in towards the mat. So arching the spine, pressing your Muladhara chakra in towards the earth. And once you've got a kind of a natural dome, let's use a nice big breath to lift up the head and come into the fish alignment through the neck. So exhale. And then inhale to lift the head up. And exhale to draw the top of the head onto the floor, and keep the breath nice and full and expansive as you keep pressing your elbows in towards the earth and keep offering the chest up towards the ceiling. So it's a variation on the fish with our Konasana legs. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale like you have gills through your lungs. Deep releasing exhalation, and then slowly release the neck and inhale to reach the arms up above the head. We're now in a nice reclining Konasana. You can just lengthen through the spine. Let's begin to slow the breath as we come towards the end of our flow. Maybe you want to close your eyes here. Let the hips be soft, let the knees be heavy as you open the legs out. Feel the rise and fall of the belly and press the bum into the earth. Another full breath, inhale and exhale. Release your hands, bring them on the side, bring them actually on the base of the belly, really at the base over the pelvis, and then inhale to lift your knees up and have your feet as wide as the mat or wider than your hips, and the knees pressing in towards each other, hands on the base of the spine. So this is where we're going to do our final relaxation. So there's 2 options for the next 5 breaths. You can either already find your way here into this pose, which will be like our earthing Shavasana, or if you want to bring the feet into the hip width, you can keep your hands over the pelvis and just flow through 5 breaths of inhale to lift up the hips and exhale to lower. Imagine as though you can really feel each vertebra hitting or touching the mat, and inhale, lifting each vertebra off the mat. Second breath. So either you're nice and flat and stable, or you're following me through these waving bridges. Inhale to lift. The slower you move, with more control you move, the more you calm your mind and the more strength and stability you build. Focusing on every minute detail of the body. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Just let this be our last one. Inhale. And exhale. And everybody bringing the body to stillness. Bringing the knees together, feet as wide as the mat. And lengthening the back of the neck, making sure the spine is strong and straight. And closing the eyes. Feeling the contact between the coccyx, base of the spine, and the earth, and the hands and the front of the seat of the body, of the pelvis. And let all your attention drop down into the seat of the body. Breathe into the base of the spine and breathe out of the base of the spine. And breathe into the earth and breathe out of the earth. Feel as though you receive from the earth and you give to the earth. Let the earth rise up to meet the base of the spine, the soles of your feet, your upper back, your upper arms, and the back of your head. Let the earth rise up to meet you as you give in to the support and power of the earth. Feel with your softening and lightening breath a reciprocal exchange. And know that you are supported. Know that you are safe. Know that you are grounded. Your next inhalation, I invite you to draw your knees up towards your heart, towards your chest, and hug your knees in towards your chest, maybe rocking from side to side. And then when you're ready, holding on to one or both knees and rocking up to a seated position, facing forwards as we began our session together. I invite you to keep the eyes closed as you straighten through the spine and bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. And invite you to join me in a single as we connect through time and space, taking a deep breath in. Your next exhalation, let your hands drop down over the base of your pelvis, the seat of the body. And feel the contact of hands to skin, or hands to clothing and clothing to skin. And feel the heat of your palms and the power of your intention As you root down into the earth, through the base of the spine, through the seat of the body, and we'll end with a mantra by Kali Marie, which goes, I am grounded. My spirit is grounded deep in the earth. I am calm, strong, and centered. I am peace. I am able to let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. I am worthy of all things beautiful. And thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste.